Hello. So today we want to look at solving simultaneous equations, but this time using algebra. So up to this you've been using coordinate geometry instead of algebra, where you've been looking at graphs and choosing the point of intersection from your graph. Now I'm sure you've been drawing some graphs and seen that they aren't always accurate, and you're maybe just guessing where the lines overlap. So when you use algebra, you're not guessing, you're actually working it out exactly. So it's a much more accurate method for solving simultaneous equations. So first, what we're going to do here today is just talk through how this works. So this is our example that we're going to use. These are our two simultaneous equations that we want to solve, but we want to solve them using a particular algebraic method called the elimination method. So in these two equations, we have two variables. We have the variable x and we have the variable y. And it's very hard to deal with two variables in algebra at the same time. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate one of those variables. So that's why it's called the elimination method. We just get rid of one of the variables. So in this case, we're going to get rid of x. We're going to eliminate it. And then we're just going to have an equation with y in it. And we can solve an equation with just one variable quite easily. And then once we figure out what y is, we can come back and then substitute back in to figure out what x is. So these are our two equations. I've just labeled them. So this is equation 1 and equation 2. It's like giving them names. In the previous example, we named our equations with letters. So we named them equation m and equation n. Here we're just naming them with numbers, 1 and 2. So if you look closely at the equations, you can see here the coefficient of x is 3 in the first equation, and the coefficient of x in the second equation is also 2. In the second equation is 3. So the two coefficients here match. If we look at the coefficients of y, the coefficient here would be 1, and here is 4, and they don't match. So that's why we've decided to eliminate x first. It's always best to eliminate the ones where the coefficients match to begin with. So in this case, they match. So the way to eliminate them is if they match, but they have different signs. If one of them is positive and one of them is negative. So here they're both positive. So the first step we're actually going to do is take that second equation and change that 3 to be a minus 3. So the way we do that is by multiplying this second equation by the number minus 1. We multiply everything in the equation by minus 1. So remember, whatever you do in an equation, you have to do it to everything in the equation to keep it balanced. So if we multiply 3 by minus 1, we have to multiply the plus 1 here by minus 1 and the plus 18 by minus 1 as well. Everything has to be treated the same in an equation. So what I'm going to do here is just write it down underneath equation 1. So this is equation 1. And under here, we've got equation 2 multiplied by minus 1. So do you see the 3x has been multiplied by minus 1 to give us minus 3x. Plus y multiplied by minus 1 is minus y. And 18 multiplied by minus 1 is minus 18. So the signs in each of these in the second equation changed. So all the pluses became minuses. So what we can do now is add the two equations. So we haven't been doing this in algebra up to this. What we can do is add everything on the left-hand side in one equation to everything on the left-hand side in the other equation. So add all of these guys together, and that should match with what happens if we add everything on the right-hand side together of the two equations. So if we add these 4 items, that should match, should equal these 2 items being added together. So if we do that, we see 3x plus minus 3x is no x's. X has been eliminated. It's no longer here. There are no x's, so we don't have any. 4y and minus y, that gives us 3y's. So when we add these 4 things together, our total is 3y, and x has been eliminated. On the other side of the equal sign, we're adding these two numbers, 27 and minus 18, and we get 9. So our 3y must match with 9. So that tells us y must be 3. So we've eliminated x here by making our coefficients the same but with opposite signs. Then we're just left with one variable. We've solved for that variable. So what we need to do now is find out, well, what was the x value that we eliminated? So we need to go back to one of these equations that we started with. Doesn't matter which one. Okay, either one of those first two equations, and substitute this value for 3 back in there. So if we choose the first equation, we have 3x's and 4 of these 3's. So 4 of those 3's. Instead of 4y, we have 4 3's. And that's supposed to balance with 27. So 4 3's is 12. So 3x's plus 12 is 27. So 3x is going to be 27 minus 12 if you take 12 away from both sides. So 3x's must be 15, so each one of those x's must be 5. So we now have a value for x and y. We have the solution to the two simultaneous equations. But as before, we have to check we have the right answer, that we haven't made any mistakes. So we need to verify our answer. And as before, we do that in both equations. We check with both of these equations that we started with, is this the right answer? So in the first equation, we need to substitute in 5 for x and 3 for y. So we substitute in, we get 3 5's is 15, 4 3's is 12, and 15 and 12 does make 27. So we know that solution works in the first equation. We have to check that it works also in the second equation. So substitute in 5 and 3. We'll get 3 5's is 15, and we add 3, we do get 18. So we know it works in both equations, so it must be the solution.